120,000 soldier, warship and tanks near Black Sea border. Since the beginning of the occupation of Crimea, the Russian Federation has ramped up the number of military personnel, equipment, and comprehensive offensive and defensive exercises on the peninsula. Over the past 7 years, the combat strength of surface ships and submarines of the Black Sea Fleet has increased by 45%. The total number is 58 units, including 13 caliber naval-based cruise missiles. Another small missile ship, Grivoron, which is also a carrier of caliber cruise missiles, was recently adopted by the Black Sea Fleet. Thus, they have a total of about 80 missiles. Commander of the Naval Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine Oleksiy Nejpapa said in an interview with Ukrinform. In addition, according to Nejpapa, the number of combat aircraft in the occupied Crimea increased 3.5 times, helicopters 9 times, the number of tanks reached about 40 units, the number of armored combat vehicles increased 6 times, multiple launch rocket systems 6.5 times. In addition, the air defense system and anti-ship defense system were deployed. The military personnel has been tripled, exceeding 40,000 people. The commander of the Naval Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine also noted that the number of comprehensive exercises of the Russian military increased. They conduct both offensive and defensive exercises. The increase in the number of combat training activities, compared to previous years, is significant and is carried out with the development of actions in the reconnaissance strike and reconnaissance fire complexes. Thus, the Russian Federation has turned the Autonomous Republic of Crimea into the most powerful military base, Nejpapa added. He also reminded that Ukraine lost 11 ships and boats, 10 support vessels, and 11 infrastructure facilities, including shipyards, workshops, and production associations, as a result of the occupation of Crimea. NATO defense ministers have decided to beef up the military alliance's naval presence in the Black Sea in response to an increasingly aggressive Russia. Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said Thursday that NATO will hold more war games and training in the strategically important sea, which borders allies Turkey, Bulgaria, and Romania, but also Russia, Ukraine, and Georgia.
Hi, I'm Jeff Brown, and I'm about to get in this Tesla and drive up to a location just a few miles from here to show you Elon.
Russia's naval fleet based at Sevastopol in Crimea has been a major concern for NATO. Stoltenberg told reporters after chairing the talks in Brussels that the move will be measured, it will be defensive, and it will in no way aim at provoking any conflict or escalating tensions. Several NATO allies are already providing troops to 3,000 to 5,000 strong land force in Romania. The destroyer USS Donald Cook has arrived for a port visit in the Black Sea nation of Georgia, as Russia monitors the ship's movements at a time of heightened tensions in the region. The ship docked Monday at Batumi on the sea's eastern coast after transiting the Dardanelles Strait on Saturday, the Navy said in a statement. The USS Fort McHenry, a dock landing ship, conducted a Black Sea operation earlier this month, which included transporting teams from the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit. The last destroyer to patrol the Black Sea was the USS Carney in January. The Russian state news agency TASS reported that Russia's Black Sea Fleet has been monitoring the USS Donald Cook since it entered the Black Sea on Saturday. A destroyer patrolling the Black Sea would make Moscow uneasy because of its missile defense and strike capabilities, said Michael Peterson, director of the Naval War College's Russia Maritime Studies Institute. The Russians place great stock in both of these American capabilities and view them as inherently destabilizing, Peterson said. International warships assigned to a U.S.-led NATO maritime group entered the Black Sea on Wednesday to train with alliance members in the region. The arrival of the standing NATO Maritime Group 2 continues a string of visits to the region by the US and its allies over the past year, a response to Russia's annexation of Crimea last year and its support of separatists. The Navy and NATO increased their naval presence in the Black Sea after Russia invaded Crimea and annexed it from Ukraine in 2014. Nearly all countries bordering the Black Sea are US allies or partner nations, but Russia maintains a territorial attitude toward the sea partly because the former Soviet Union controlled most of those countries during the Cold War.